Here we go. 6.ee.6, learning target, writing equations with variables to solve problems. So our vocabulary word is a solution, is the word solution, which is a value for a variable that makes the number sentence true. For instance, if you have a number sentence like 4x equals 12, 3 would be the solution. There's only one solution there. If you have an inequality, like 2x is greater than 10, there would be infinite solutions. It would be anything that's greater than 5. Anything bigger than 5 would make this statement true. Okay? But those are solutions. Solutions are what the variable could be, not the answer at the end, not what it equals. It's what the variable could equal. Okay, that gets us to our notes. How to write an equation. Okay, first, assign a variable to stand for the unknown number, the number that you're trying to find. And don't forget that extra parenthesis on the end of that. Step number 2, use operations and numbers to represent the story problem. And step number 3, check to be sure that you use correct order of operations. Use parentheses if you need them. Okay, here's our example. Let me move it over a little bit. A basketball tournament charges $30 to enter, plus an extra $9 for each player on the team. The Eagles basketball team paid $138 to enter the tournament. It says select the equation. This was a multiple choice question, but I'm actually just going to show you how to write the equation. So it says let P represent the amount of players. So you're going to have to use P. I know, funny. So a basketball tournament, so P, the number of players, where is that in the problem? $9 for each player. Okay, so we're going to take the $9 and we're going to multiply that by the number of players. P stands for the number of players. That is not the only amount of money. So what I'm trying to say is you're going to have to pay $9 for each player, plus you're going to pay $30. That number is a constant. It won't change. Okay, it's $30 for the team, plus $9 for each player, and the total has to equal $138. Okay, that's it. If you were to solve this, you could. You guys know how to solve it, but this is just writing the equation is what we're trying to be able to do. So if you were going to solve it, you'd subtract 30 from each side first, and you'd get 9p equals 108, and then you'd divide by 9, and then you would scroll, and then you would write the answer of p equaling $12. There's 12, not $12. Okay, last step is check to see that your answer makes sense. It's 12 players. P stands for the number of players. So there's 12 players if it costs $138. All right, extra examples, but 3 of them. Kylie buys 4 skateboards online. She has to pay an additional $37 delivery fee. I already know that's going to be a constant. The total cost for the skateboards and the delivery fee is $157, so it's going to equal $157. Select the equation that represents the cost per skateboard. Let C represent the cost per skateboard. So the cost for each skateboard is going to get multiplied by how much each skateboard, well, by the number of skateboards. The cost for each skateboard, in this case, we're going to have to multiply by 4. So it's going to be 4C. The constant was 37, so plus 37 has to equal 157. Looks like the first one's right. The second one looks like the first one's not right because it doesn't have 4C. They tried to trick me. It's 4C and then the constant's 37. It had it backwards right there. So the second one has you subtracting $37. That would be like they're paying you $37 to deliver it. That's not the case. The last one doesn't have the delivery, or the third one doesn't have the delivery fee. Here it is. 4 times the cost of each skateboard plus the $37 equals $157 total. That's what we came up with. Next, which of the following scenarios can be modeled by the equation 2y equals 5 plus y? All right, Aaron doubled the amount of apples needed in a recipe. Mary added 5 extra apples to the same recipe. Aaron and Mary used the same amount of apples. So what is it that we don't know? The number of apples. So y would equal the number of apples in the recipe. Aaron doubled it. Mary added, and he used the same amount as Mary. Mary added 5 extra apples to the same recipe. Okay, so the recipe is y apples, and she added 5. That's the same. That's the same as that. I think it's going to be this one. Mary has 2 times as many apples as Aaron. Aaron has 5 apples. That does not make sense. Aaron doubled his money on Monday and earned $5 more on Tuesday. No. Mary's age is double what Aaron's will be in 5 years. That looks like it's right also. So if y represents Mary's age, no, that doesn't make sense. Actually, when you go to look at it, if y equals, well, if y equals Aaron's age now, then in 5 years, he'd be y plus 5. Mary's age is double what that would be. No, so Mary's age would equal this times 2. So no, this does not make sense. This is not a good answer. It's the first one. You can see it right here. Okay. Next question. James made 18 calls at work on Wednesday. This was 5 more than half the amount of calls he made on Tuesday. Select the equation that represents the amount of calls James made on Tuesday. C represents the amount of calls. Okay, so C equals calls on Tuesdays. Okay, so once I know that, James made 18 calls at work on Wednesday. So so 18 calls equals 5 more than half the amount of calls he made on Tuesday. So the amount he made on Tuesday is represented by C, so half of C. So it would be C divided by 2. Do any of those equations look like this? They all equal 18. So that doesn't help us. Do any of them have 5 plus C over 2? This one does. So that's it. That's the correct answer. Okay. Time for your quick check problem. Right on time. A car mechanic charges a set fee of $45. Oh, that sounds like a constant. Set fee. Sounds like that one's not changing or getting multiplied or anything. To determine what is wrong with the car, she then charges, oh, it's she. She's a female mechanic. How do you like that? She then charges $80 an hour. $80 times the number of hours to fix the car. Janice paid the mechanic $205. That sounds like the total, like it's going to equal $205. Select the equation. Don't select it. Write the equation. Write the equation that represents the amount of hours the mechanic worked on Janice's car. Let H represent the amount of hours. Make sure you use H. Get the equation written and check with your teacher. Good luck.